What's going on, guys? Kaiga here. Today we're going to talk about Erza with the new Holy Collab fairy in Legends Neverland. I am currently hiding what mine is by using the book, so you see a 3 rainbow. Mine's not 3 rainbow. Let's check out the summons to see what we ended up with. Alright, guys, so with those summons, I ended up with 2 red Erza. I think I was 1 away, and I did 20 more summons. And then I got enough to get her to 2 red. Now we're going to check out her stats, her abilities, and then test them in game. So basic, nothing special here, nothing as we level it up. Passive is going to be the very, very interesting one. This skill activates when switching to Erza. You don't have to swap. It's worded this way to just make it, as long as they could have made it so much easier. I think it's a translation issue. It's easier to think of it saying as long as she's the active fairy. Damage dealt by Erza's current class skills increased by %. It makes it sound like Erza's skills are increased, but it's your class skills. Very similar to if we had this class skill increase up there in the top right, 6%. And if you take a look at where my fairy is, it says 6%. So you can actually check it on your stat page. It actually also shows up here at the top left. The second one from the top left, passive skill, Queen of Fairies. The hard part is it still shows up as a buff. Even if you're swapping classes, as you see right here, it still shows up there. But it's only active when you're on that class where she's on. Then this goes up all the way to 12%. at level 8, which is very, very powerful. And then her actual skills, her actual skill, pronunciation, Blumenblatt. Let me know if I pronounce that right. In the Heaven's Wheel armor form, instantly summon large number of swords, wide range chain attack. Not really that. It's very similar to Dandelion or Gypsophilia, right at the same spot. This is going to make her very good in Fairy Garden. A lot of people don't care about that, but she's going to be very good over there. And then if this target hits only one unit, 20% more damage. When the skill's released, owner gets 30% increase of defense, and your attack is boosted by 10% of your defense after that 30% boost to it. Now, this gets boosted at level 2 to ignore 30% of the target's defense. Very good, but comma based on the owner's current defense value. I tested this against players, against bots, without... It's really, really hard to put down the number, but it sounds like the higher your defense is, the more you ignore, up to a cap of 30. Figuring out what that defense number is to be 30 is almost impossible. And then at 5, buff duration increased by 2 seconds. So that defense and attack buff, which is 6 seconds, so increased by 2, now it's 8 seconds. At 8, if only one unit's hit, increased by 40 instead of by 20. And increase your attack by 20% of your defense instead of by 10%. Talking about her stats, HP, attack, and defense are about average. She is not a companion fairy, so you're not going to have that bonus. Defense, tenacity, block, and break. She's definitely suited for those defensive classes. We're talking gladiator, priest, Dragon Knight, even Dragon Fighter does fine with it, and Perfect Blade Ninja will like these stats a lot. Now let's test her out. We're going to... Oh, first I wanted to show you... let me cancel this. Fairy, formation, swap her. Now, it's hard to test that she's working against a bot like this because your crit is just naturally going to crit. But I am going to use Dragon Transformation, the 4th skill, and it's going to hit multiple times. I'm looking for my crit number and my non-crit number. 36, 59. Reset. Formation. Put her over to Lancer. $63. So instead of 59 to 63, I'm going to do it one more time to try to get a white number to show you. Yep, 36 to 38. It is working as intended. The passive is. Now, check out her basic. Boom. Sword slash, and it's like a triangle. Let's try it from range. Okay, make her follow me. Summon. Okay, that seems to be her max range. And it's just doing whatever. Now for the... And as you saw, I healed a bit. Now let's use her ability. Slow skill. And the rain damage with the final hit at the end. That was increased by 20%. So, telling you what I think about her. Her passive absolutely bonkers. Well, last we should talk about her grafting. There we go. So let's go. Boom. Go to my PvP set. Graft. Check out her stats. So raising those 4 base stats that we talked about. So as I said, any of those tankier classes are really going to enjoy it. And then also formation bonus, we've talked about that. Flower Fairy damage reduction. So this is you take less Flower Fairy damage and class damage increase. So you deal more damage. This, as well as, and I made sure that's why I put Rimuru here during my test that I showed you, because the class damage increase was not there, as you see. But now here it is. It's 2.8 instead of 11%, because Rimuru is lower, but this is still an extra 2.8%. So right now, 6 plus 2.8, I'm doing roughly 9%, 8.8%. More class damage from her and her T7. Her graft is very, very good. You take less fairy damage and you deal more class damage. She is the perfect top league fairy, especially for Holy. As far as should you summon her, if you're someone that does PvP, she's going to do amazing for just that passive. And in PvE, actually, because of the drop down, she's actually going to be pretty good. So to show you Team 2 PvE here, that was for a test. Something like this is going to be, well, wait a second. Yeah, something like this is going to be very, very strong, especially against a particular boss, because remember, she does 20% more damage, or 40% depending on the star level, if it's single target. Rimuru is also going to increase her damage even more by a percent. So Rimuru into Erza is going to be really good PvE damage as well, especially something like Guild Boss or Natsu that we fight starting tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.